Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Shit's about to hit the fan. Welcome to Unsanctioned Thursdays on Wrestling with Freddie.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Friends, Wrestling with Freddie. It's a Thursday show, so it's Unsanctioned Thursday, where we get to give you guys a little extra time. Since you got 800 commercials, I've read the complaints. 80 minutes of commercials for 6 minutes of podcast. Well, guess
that's
what?
Not true.
Now you're going to get 8 minutes of podcast. So it's coming at you strong. Here's another 2. We'll get right to it. WWE is bringing back their all-women's pay-per-view for the first time since 2018. Evolution. It's a revolution, and it's this Sunday, and it's stacked with title matches, legends, and a few wild cards. Let's get right to it. Battle Royale. Or Battle Royal, number 1 contender for Clash in Paris. In Gay Paris, the winner earns a future world title shot, rumored to include legends and returning stars. Alex doesn't have the guts to make a prediction here. He literally wrote, names are still coming in.
Yeah, we don't know who's going to be in it.
Yeah, we have no idea, but we can make some guesses.
Okay.
We can make a few guesses. You could throw Zelina Vega out there.
I'd love if she was in there.
You could throw Asuka in there. She could come out of that. You don't know. There's
wasn't even on the poster for this event until last week. They released all the branding for it, and Asuka wasn't even on the poster.
Because they don't even know who's going to be in
That's
this
crazy.
match.
They're going, well, we don't know. Was she not on there? We don't really follow women's wrestling around here. You're like, hey, how about we pay some attention to if you want to grow this brand and gaslight everyone into believing that women's wrestling is just as good as men's wrestling, then maybe try a little. Push it on us. Advertise, market, give them some real give them some real airtime. It's very embarrassing. All right, so who do you think? What do you got?
I'm not mad at anything you just said, by the way.
Yeah. I'm fighting for these girls.
I feel you a lot on that. They got to put their money where their mouth is. Goddamn, Jeff.
Piper Niven.
Pipes, she could do it.
She'd crush in a battle royal.
Trying to think who else. Michin will be in there, but they won't give it to her for a world title shot. Who's someone that's like global that Paris would love? That's got to be. That's how they're going to book it. I just need more time to figure it out. So right now, I'll say Zelina Vega. She might come out with a French flag robe thing that comes out.
Oh, dude, if she did that, how rude would that be to Puerto Rico? She just does it wherever she's at.
PR would be like, yo, what the fuck did you just
but you're
do?
ours. You can't just wear a flag wherever you go.
Ultimate heel move, just totally abandons.
That'd be so funny.
This week I'm French.
I'm trying to think of some. I don't know any French female wrestlers.
No, there's none except Maurice. And she was from Montreal. Trish is already wrestling, so it won't be Trish. Yo,
God,
Lita could make a little comeback, maybe.
Cool.
Get a little one shot, get in and get out. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Let's move on to a match that we actually will have an opinion on, which is the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch, the champion, versus Lyra Valkyria, versus Bayley, who's freaking back with the belly-to-belly suplex, or the belly-to-Bayley suplex, I should say. Jeff, who do you have the guts to pick, since we actually know who's in this match?
Yeah, it is. So here's the thing that's tricky about this pay-per-view. Tickets still available, right? The stadium holds like some crazy amount of people, and they've only sold like 4,000 tickets or something. So for the thing, they've also they haven't done a great lead up for this. Also, they haven't put much like foresight into like really building the actual pay-per-view, let alone the storylines. So one thing they might do is give you title switches, right? Like maybe make something so unpredictable that people are talking about Evolution is all I can think. So like that's a cheap way to go like, well, you thought this was just another pay-per-view, but look, so-and-so's now the champion, and then this happened. They might try to push it full of moments for that reason. But I don't think we see Becky lose her strap. So I'm going to go with Becky Lynch to win this match for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, our producer picks Becky as well. I'm going with Becky as well. And then I think Lyra and Bayley will have a little storyline where they can build Lyra up a little bit more. And those two will have a reason to fight. And then Becky can focus on someone else. So I agree with you guys.
Has Becky had every belt?
Now she has.
She tag team?
Oh, wait.
Oh, she did the tag team for...
Well, now there's also the U.S. title, so that's floating around out there, too. So she has to go get that.
Yeah, good for her.
But she will. She's going to get them all. That's interesting what you said. I didn't know they had sold so few tickets.
Yep. They've sold over 12,000 tickets for the exact same arena for Monday Night Raw. But for the actual pay-per-view for Evolution with the women, they only released 6,000 tickets, which means they might have already known it wasn't going to do that well, and then they've only sold 4,000. So they're I don't know if they're panicking, but they're definitely not. They were hoping it would be better as well.
Come on, Atlanta, y'all good wrestling
step up,
time.
Atlanta.
Better show up. All right, the women's tag team titles. It's a fatal 4-way match. It's the Judgment Day, but without Liv Morgan. But Roxanne Perez is going to step in. Is it Roxana or Roxanne? I think it's Roxanne Perez. Versus Raquel Rodriguez. I know her damn name because she had a great match with Rhea Ripley in Saudi Arabia, and that was the shit. They're going to team up as the representative champions versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, which was really the only ones that got any story building into this Evolution. And it was quick backstage stuff and a little bit of match work where they don't really like each other, but they're so damn good they're probably going to win, like John Cena and Batista did back in the day when they were feuding. And they beat Ted DiBiase Jr. and Cody Rhodes for the World Tag Team titles.
I haven't heard that name in forever.
Yeah, right?
Ted DiBiase Jr.
And then also a team from NXT. I don't watch NXT. I don't know who it's going to be. But it's a fatal 4-way. So it's going to be quick tags, a lot of unwanted tags on Charlotte and Trish where she's like, hey, I had it. No, you didn't have it. That's why I tagged you. You don't tell me when I have it, when I don't have it. Girl, you never had it. They're going to have conversations like that. The NXT team will get to show up and show out, so that'll be good, whoever they are. But to me, they're such an unlikely duo. They're like the odd couple that they have to win. And that's Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Because it's too weird that they're together just to lose the match. That would be too weird. I think the story is them as champs, and then somehow maybe Alexa gets corrupted by the Wyatt Six and then tries to kill Charlotte Flair or throw her off the Empire State Building or something like that. In story, not in real life. And so that's who I think is going to win. Our producer, without booking the way I just did, because Jeff gets mad at that sometimes, he just simply picks Bliss and Flair because he knows what's up. He took the criticism well on Wednesday, and he's not trying to fantasy book ever again. Go ahead.
I
Jeff.
just get mad when the fantasy book comes true, and then I go, wait, I already heard about this.
Yeah, mine never come true. You're safe with mine.
I'm also going to pick Bliss and Flair. I like the odd couple, as you called it. I think it's very, very good. I think I like what they're doing with it. And I actually hope what you just said also happens. That would be awesome, the Wyatt Six and all that. That'd be good for everybody.
The NXT Women's Championship. JC Jane, who I will admit I do not know, versus Jordan Grace, who I do know because she's jacked and can lift chicks like up over her head and do the gorilla press and all that awesome shit. And I saw her in the Royal Rumble. So she's winning. That's what I say. Jeff, what say you?
I think that this could be a real sneaky sleeper of a match. I think this could be like nobody's really expecting much out of JC Jane and Jordan Grace, but I think that this could be the match where everyone's like, oh my gosh, and then we'll see someone, Jordan Grace get the kind of Braun Breaker heat that we did a couple years ago, where you're like, oh, there's something going on with this strong wrestler. But I'm also going to pick Jordan Grace.
And so does producer Alex. The WWE Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton, the champ, versus Trish Stratus. Easiest pick of the show. Easiest pick of the show. We love us some Trish Stratus. We love us some Stratusfaction. Old school Trish, new school Trish. It doesn't matter. It's Trish Stratus. She's awesome. Legend, Hall of Famer, fighting for the championship. However, She ain't beating Tiffany Stratton this week, next week, or any other day of the week. She's going to lose in Atlanta. She's going to lose big, and Tiffany Stratton is going to retain the women's championship. Jeff,
Easy.
I know you agree.
It's going to be Tiffy just because, Trish Stratus is not in wrestling. She's Goldberg.
All right, next up, we got a no-holds-barred match. We got Jade Cargill, the queen of the ring, versus Naomi, Miss Money in the Bank, Miss Proceed with Caution, Miss Saturday Night. That's what she should call herself, Miss Saturday Night, after she wins this match, because she's going to win this match. Hell, and she's not going to cash in tonight, but she's cashing in soon. It might be a SummerSlam cash in, and she screws Jade Cargill twice. Like, she gets the win here. Maybe Jade gets the win and she steals it, or I don't think you can give Jade the title just yet. So Tiffy wins, but it's a tough match. She took a couple of the Jadeds, and then Naomi comes in and gets her ass. So I'm saying Naomi. Our producer says Naomi. I think Jeff might surprise y'all with who he picks on this one, though.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jade Cargill. I think Jade Cargill wins. Also,
I like it.
I'd like to take this moment. I know that it's probably been a little uncomfortable for our producer Alex and for Freddie to sit here for the entire Thursday unsanctioned episode and wonder, when's he going to do it? When's he going to apologize? Some letters came from corporate. We got some notes from the higher ups at the Cultura podcast network. I've been spoken to, and I apologize for my Owen Hart impression. Okay, I apologize
chastised
for it. Yeah, everybody's been talking about it, and everyone's going, "When's he gonna apologize?" And so here's my apology for the Owen Hart impression. Now, that being said, I do want to note that Naomi's new Money in the Bank with the caution tape and Naomi's caution tape, it's a little Owen Harty. It's a little too close to Owen Hart. And I've had enough, damn it.
God damn it.
Enough is enough. Woo!
Yo, I thought you were going to do it the whole time, and then the moment I was like, oh, no, he's not going to apologize in the better, that's when you did it. You son of a bitch. Damn it.
I just think that Money in the Bank briefcase that she made with the caution tape looks way too much like Owen Hart's.
You freaking got me, bastard. All right. Well played, sir. Well played indeed. Finally, the Women's World Championship. Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. I have a philosophy that when champions make call-outs, that's when champions lose in professional wrestling. Interesting. You always have a better shot to win the match when you're the one that is chasing, or you're the one being targeted, rather. You very rarely see champions call out unless they're going to do the job for the next person in line. So Io made the fatal mistake, I believe. The femme fatale made the fatal mistake of calling out who she thinks is the best. Well, you were right. You picked the best, and that's Rhea Ripley, and she's going to beat that ass, and that's going to be a wrap. She is not losing this match. Naomi's not running out to a Monday Night Raw championship. It's Rhea Ripley all day long. She's going to be the champ. When Liv comes back, Rhea's going to have everything that she once had, and she's going to hate her life. And Dominic will be like, yo, I'm with Roxanne Perez now, so I don't even have time for you. And she's going to be like, what the hell? My life's over. So that all is going to happen. That's for sure happening. And yeah, she's going to win the match. Our producer also has Rhea Ripley to winning. Jeff, tell the people who's going to win this match. We don't have to. You know.
I love Rhea Ripley. I've never heard of the if a championship calls out an opponent that they end up losing kind of thing. I didn't know that.
I've seen it happen a couple times, and maybe there's times I've seen it where it didn't happen, but I only can remember a couple times where it did, and it was when I worked there at WWE. And I was like, yo, why are they calling him out? And the other writer was getting me smart. He's like, because he's going to fucking lose. And I was like, oh, that's my guy that I'm writing for. I don't want him to lose. I want him to win.
Yeah, I love that. It's kind of one of those things like the person who gets out the table is usually the one that goes through it, or the person that pulls those kind of things. I'm really rooting for Rhea Ripley to win. I think she's a fantastic champion, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I think Io Sky's reign as champion has been the most forgettable championship
They
reign
haven't
ever.
done anything. They haven't done anything.
So let's put it on someone who people are obsessed with and people talk about and people tweet about, and put it on someone who can tell a good story. And I think Rhea is nobody better in women's wrestling. So I think that'd be a nice little ending to this pay-per-view or to this event.
Premium live event. I totally agree. That would be a nice button on it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will end this episode. Y'all make sure you check out my movie, I Know What You Did Last Summer, July 18th, please. It's a horror movie. It's a great reason to get out of your house. I know movies are expensive and popcorn and sodas are overpriced, but horror movies can usually motivate people to get out and check out a flick. I'm really proud of this movie. I've already seen it. I don't watch everything I do, but I did watch this, and I'm really proud of it. The director did an excellent job, and I want to show you guys what I was able to do too. So please check that out. Check out Jeff in Las Vegas and in Texas, where wrestling and cowboys win championships.
Yes.
On behalf of Jeff and our producer Alex, I'm Freddie Prinze Jr. Peace.